Hi guys, Sci-Fi Recapped here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain an American fantasy drama movie, called Powder. There is a pregnant woman who is running for shelter because of the heavy rain. Not long after, unfortunately she is struck by lightning. She is immediately taken to the hospital. It turns out that the woman was dead, but her baby can be saved by the doctor. The incident makes the baby have to be born prematurely. After the operation, the doctor finds something wrong with the baby. The baby suffers from a genetic disorder commonly known as albinism, which makes his skin very white and cannot see the sun because his eyes are very sensitive to light. Because of that, his father disowns him shortly after his birth. Later, he is raised by his grandparents. 18 years later, his grandfather is found dead of natural causes. Therefore, no one will take care of him anymore. As the result, the police come to check the house. They also contact Jessie, a child services psychologist, telling her that they want to leave the child so she can take care of him. The locals inform the police that the child has lived in the basement and has never been to school. He always works on the farm every day, never leaving his property once. As they meet him in the basement, they are very surprised because of his unusual looks, but Jessie believes that he is a good boy. The boy says his name is Jeremy. On the other hand, Jessie is confused because he can speak fluently even though he never goes to school. She also sees a lot of books in the basement and she wants to test his intelligence. Jeremy then asks her to name one of the pages in the book and he will mention its full contents. Obviously, he can mention it perfectly because he has incredible intellect and he has learned everything from his books all the time. Jessie decides to take him to a boys' home because he's now a ward of the state. There, everyone looks at him strangely, some even bully him. However, he is able to amaze them all with his ability. His brain possesses a powerful electromagnetic charge, which causes electrical objects to function abnormally when he is around them, particularly when he becomes emotional. Soon, Jessie gives him a pair of eye contacts so he can see in daylight. She also enrolls him in a high school. The first lesson is physics, where he meets Donald as the teacher of the class. During a practical session on electricity, the teacher finds out that Jeremy has supernatural powers, causing him to be struck by lightning. Donald immediately breaks the practical equipment with a chair. As the result, Jeremy is taken to the hospital straight away. Luckily, the doctor says that he is fine. When he returns to his home, a professor informs him that he has the highest IQ in history from the previous test. While his abilities mark him as special, they also make him an outcast. On a hunting trip with his schoolmates, he is threatened with a gun by John, an aggressive student who views him as a freak. Before John can fire, a gun goes off in the distance. Everyone rushes to the place and sees that a sheriff's deputy, named Harley, has shot a doe. Anguished by the animal's death, Jeremy touches both the deer and Harley at the same time. Consequently, he admits that Jeremy had actually caused him to feel the pain and fear of the dying deer. Because of the experience, he removes all of his guns from his house, although his senior, Sheriff Doug, allows him to remain as a sheriff's deputy without a sidearm. Knowing Jeremy's superpower, Sheriff Doug enlists Jeremy to help speak to his dying wife through telepathy. Through Jeremy, the sheriff learns that his wife clings on to life because she doesn't want to die while not wearing her wedding ring and without him reconciling with his estranged son, Stephen. She tells him that Stephen already found the ring and that it has been sitting in a silver box on her nightstand the entire time. At the end, the sheriff places the ring on his wife's finger and reconciles with Stephen, letting his wife die peacefully. Later, Jeremy falls in love with his classmate, named Lindsay. It turns out that she secretly has feelings for Jeremy. He immediately touches her hand to show his telepathic abilities. He wants to know her thoughts and vice versa. From the telepathy, he reveals that she lacks confidence because she doesn't think she is beautiful enough. Because of that, Jeremy immediately praises her beauty. Suddenly, Lindsay's father comes and forbids their relationship. At the right time, Jessie also comes and tells him not to bother Jeremy. Lindsay and her father finally leave the place, causing Jeremy to feel bad for their action earlier. Feeling sad, he goes back to the juvenile facility and packs away his belongings, planning to run away to his farm. While he is walking, he is approached again by John. He steals Jeremy's hat and taunts him. He and the other boys humiliate Jeremy, stripping him naked and taunting him. His powers begin to manifest by pulling at their metal buttons and any piercings. Eventually, a large spherical electromagnetic pulse erupts, throwing Jeremy into a mud puddle and everyone else to the ground. Thus, they find John's heart has stopped. Jeremy immediately uses his electric shock to revive him. After the incident, he returns to the farm where he grew up. He then finds that all of his possessions have been removed. Shortly after, he is joined by Jessie, Donald, and Doug, who persuade him to come with them to find a place where he will not be feared and misunderstood. Instead, he chooses to run into a field where a lightning bolt will strike him. Because of that, he disappears in a blinding flash of light. The electrical jolt also hits Jesse, Donald, Harley, and Doug, as they witness Jeremy disappear from the farm. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.